Read more. Club denies sabotaging match so players could watch Old Firm Game 1. Graham Souness v Terry Butcher, then England captain, was a major factor in Rangers' rejuvenation under Souness, but their relationship turned sour with Butcher angry the manager was rushing his return from injury after the 1990 World Cup. Things got progressively worse and Butcher was sent to Coventry. Point 2. Graham Souness v Graham Roberts. When Souness blamed Roberts for the goal which cost Gers defeat against Aberdeen in 1988, a claim the former Spurs hard man contested, there was only going to be one winner. Roberts was banished from the first-team squad and even made to travel to a reserve fixture in Mali before Chelsea provided him with an escape. Point 3. Paul Le Guen v Fernando Rickson. Former Lion boss Paul Le Guen arrived in Glasgow in 2006 with a reputation for being a disciplinarian who demanded peak fitness. So when Rickson got into an altercation with an air stewardess after drinking alcohol on the flight to their training camp in South Africa, he was immediately sent back to Scotland, with a loan move to Zenit St. Petersburg hastily arranged. Point 4. Paul Le Guen v Barry Ferguson. Rangers struggled under Le Guen and skipper Ferguson felt the boss should have been demanding more from his players. When Ferguson spoke out once too often, he was dropped for a trip to Motherwell and stripped of the captaincy. This time it was player power that triumphed as Le Guen soon resigned. Read more. Declan John says goal celebration proves Rangers unity. 5. Walter Smith v Barry Ferguson and Alan McGregor. Ferguson and McGregor found themselves the subject of a national outcry after being caught up in the Boozegate scandal following Scotland's 2009 defeat to Holland in Amsterdam, and club boss Smith decided the shame they had inflicted on Gers was too much. But while both were initially told their Ibrox careers were over, Smith later backed down after criticising the SFA's handling of the affair. Point 6. Alain McCoist v France. Anders McCoist had to rebuild his light blues squad after Gers' 2012 financial implosion and turned to a number of Premiership players including EXST Johnston and Dundee United striker Sandaza as he plotted their route back from the third division. But when the underperforming Spaniard was caught trying to set up a move to the MLS during a hoax phone call with a prankster masquerading as an agent, Gers Chiefs sacked him. Point 7. Mark Warburton v Joey Barton. Warburton was the man who eventually led Gers back to the Premiership and called in Barton to take the fight to champions Celtic. But a humiliating 51 drubbing in the first Old Firm showdown of the 201,617 campaign sparked a training ground bust-up between the pair days later, and Barton, after initially being suspended, was eventually shown the door but only after agreeing a costly payoff. Point 8. Pedro Caixinha v Barry Mackay and Michael Owa. Laurent Senior promised to shake things up after being appointed last season, but his hardline approach quickly put him at odds with wingers Mackay and O'Halloran. Mackay was sent to train with the youths after rejecting a new contract, while O'Halloran was also banished after failing to show for an under-20s fixture. Mackay has since joined Nottingham Forest for a knockdown £500,000 fee, while O'Halloran has been told he is not required back at Ibrox when his St Johnstone loan ends in January. Read more. Carlos Peña could face disciplinary action over Hamilton elbow claims.